Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Saturday night evening edition of Good Evening, New Hampshire. Let's begin with your news in New Hampshire. First up, hundreds march to bring awareness to opioid issue. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Heather Hamill.
Pushed out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
Defy the odds! Defy the odds! Set a new standard! Set a new standard! Step up! Step up! Step up!
And that's just what they did. Stepped up and marched. The message today is awareness is healing.
And many of the people who are walking today, they have lost loved ones to drug addiction. And they say rather than hide from the problem, it's best to have your voices heard and hopefully save lives.
I am a force for good! I am a force for good!
Hundreds walked in Nashua Saturday, from people who work with those struggling with addiction to families who have lost loved ones in the fight. Like 9-year-old William, who lost his uncle a little less than a year ago.
He came to most of the parties, and we like to watch sports together.
His mother says she always tried to shield her kids from her brother's addiction, but now she's speaking out.
Now we're just spreading the word to everybody. We're not sweeping it under the rug anymore. It's important for people to know this is what's happening, and it's bad. You know, I wish I would have been spreading the word while we were still here, but this is the best thing I can do to remember him.
And they were not alone. Others wore or carried pictures of those who have died.
It's something that's very personal to each of us, and all we can do is do things like this and hope that it gives one person here hope to get away from the addiction itself.
According to American Medical Response, Nashua overdoses have declined this year. As of mid-March, there were 4 drug-related deaths, but the mayor believes safe stations have helped. He also says that 1 death is too many, and the city is always working to do more.
We have a Mayor's Opioid Task Force where we try to develop new treatment opportunities, new treatment, and other ways that prevention, reaching out to the kids in the community to try to persuade people that heroin and opioids is not the way to go.
Now, this is the 7th walk of its kind in 4 short years, and organizers say it is a lot of work, but if it's saving lives, it's really worth it. Reporting in Nashua, Heather Hamill, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Manchester man killed in Peterborough crash. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Have released the name of a man killed in a crash in Peterborough this morning. It happened on Route 101 in the area of Condy Road. Police say the driver, 30-year-old Jason Hart of Manchester, crossed the center line and hit a tree. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The accident is being investigated.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Bristol man died of gunshot wound to abdomen, officials say. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
And also breaking news out of Bristol tonight, where a suspicious death has been ruled a homicide. The Attorney General's office has identified the victim as 52-year-old Stephen Hall. Authorities discovered Hall's body yesterday at a home on Summer Street. Autopsy results show he died from a gunshot wound. We'll keep you updated on that story as more details become available.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Two residents, one firefighter suffer minor injuries in Alton blaze. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Do you need a new roof but think you can't afford it? Our average customer pays $7,500 for a total roof replacement, and we have finance plans with payment options under $150 per month. Call today. Century Roofing, we've got you covered.
Alton fire officials say loss of water as they were fighting a house fire yesterday allowed that fire to grow to 3 alarms. Fire crews say once they got into the scene on Main Street, heavy flames were showing from a 2-family home. The people inside managed to get out safely. 2 of them were treated and released from the hospital, and a firefighter was also treated for a hand injury. The cause appears to be accidental.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Busy weekend of events draws hundreds to downtown Manchester. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
It's the weekend of the Citizens Bank Shamrock Races in Manchester. 2,000 runners competed Saturday in a half marathon and relay race. Helping them paint the city green were the thousands of spectators there to cheer them on.
Yes, loved it. You know, they do good. I wish I could be in the race, but I gotta work at the gym longer.
It's been so much fun. We've been just like walking around everywhere.
It's just lively, lots of fun, a lot of people. Yeah, good energy, a lot of energy.
Terry Roberts of Belmont just completed her 50th half marathon.
Run with my daughter. She does like 50 marathons, so.
It's great. You know, it's so wonderful to be able to host events like this and have people come downtown and enjoy everything that Manchester has to offer.
Avid runner Mayor Joyce Craig celebrated a successful relay run with her team at the Thirsty Moose, one of the many businesses cashing in on all of the activity downtown.
The Bookery for a coffee or to grab some books, or all of the restaurants to enjoy, you know, lunch or dinner. It's just, you know, we're open and welcoming and a great place to be.
The Shaskeen was also packed throughout the day as Manchester continues its tradition of extending the St. Patrick's Day holiday through the end of the month.
The road races and the St. Patrick's Day parade is so great for us. It brings in so many people, and we get to share the culture of the bar and Ireland with everybody in Manchester, which is so great.
So tomorrow you've got the Shamrock Shuffle, you've got this Manchester St. Patrick's Parade, along with the Reptile Expo, all going on here downtown. We have information about road closures and detours on our website, WMUR.com. We're live in Manchester this evening. Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Very cool indeed. Sounds like a fun time in downtown Manchester. Suspicious deaths of man and woman in Hollis under investigation. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
This is your invitation To be our guest. This is the invitation to Lexus sales event.
Lease the 2019 RX 350 all-wheel drive for $389 a month for 36 months now through March 31st.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Well, Jamie and Charisse, the Attorney General's office says this is a fluid situation and their investigation is very much in its early stages. But this is what we know right now. The Attorney General's office and Hollis Police launched this suspicious death investigation after an adult male and adult female were found dead here in Hollis. Senior Assistant Attorney General Peter Hinckley says investigators have identified everyone connected to this case. Now, the names of the deceased and how they died are unknown at this time. Their identities will be released once their next of kin have been identified.
We expect that autopsy will be conducted either tomorrow or Monday, and we'll have some additional information to provide at that point in time.
But again, a suspicious death investigation underway here in Hollis after 2 people were found dead. Police are really stressing at this time that there's no threat to the general public. Reporting live in Hollis, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And switching gears now, let's talk about your weather. Weather right now is broken clouds, 44 degrees. And your weather for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, low in the 40s. And your weather for tomorrow, cloudy with a round of showers, highs in the 50s. And for tomorrow night, some clouds early will give way to generally clear conditions overnight, low 31 degrees, winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And switching gears now, let's go into your sports. Let's watch this video of sports with Riley King. That's me. Let's watch the pre-recorded video. And happy Saturday evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Sports with Riley King. Let's begin. First up, Citizens Bank Shamrock Half Marathon kicks off in Manchester. Let's take a look at this video from WMUR News 9, Jamie Stacey and Amy Cavino.
Out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
The countdown is on right now. We are 1 minute away from the start of the 3rd annual Citizens Bank Shamrock Half Marathon in Manchester. Thousands of people are there, and so is Sports Director Jamie Staten. Hi, Jamie.
All right, Amy Cavino, welcome New Hampshire. Welcome WMUR TV viewers. It's the Citizens Bank Shamrock Half Marathon and Relay Runners. Are you ready to tackle the streets of the Queen City? Yeah, you are. We have 1,000 runners doing the half marathon. We have 1,000 runners doing relay races, and we're ready to start this live on Channel 9. Beautiful day for running anyway. Have a great race out there. Let's check with the timers, make sure we're good to go. We are good to go. The mayor, Joyce Craig, will fire the starting gun. Runners, on your mark. What a beautiful sight to see all these great New Hampshire runners coming out and being healthy and fit, and the Citizens Bank Shamrock Half Marathon and Relay. 2,000 runners, and it's a great course. Goes all through the streets of Manchester and circles back through here 3 different times. So if If you're out here watching runners, you get to see them all take off and come through, and you watch them and see how they're doing during the race. And it benefits the New Hampshire Food Bank, just a great charity and a great official partner of the race this morning. So, Amy Cavino, we bring you back in. Is this just a beautiful sight or what to see all of these runners wearing the green, top of the morning to you, and 1.5 marathon in Manchester this morning?
Just love it, Jamie Staten. So glad you're there. What a great soundtrack they have to kick off that race, too. Little Dropkick Murphys, right?
Yeah, that's the Dropkick Murphys playing, and which is excellent Irish music. And there's a race tomorrow as well, just a 2-miler that starts at 11 a.m., the Shamrock Shuffle. So we have just about our last runners going through right now. I'm going to see if I can catch up, Amy.
All right, have a good race, Jamie.
Okay, there you go. Very cool indeed. And look at those green pants that Jamie Staten had. Those look very cool. Very sharp as well. And I started running. Hopefully I'll do a road race soon, sometime. And here are my running things. I started doing walking/running. And my goal is to do a race, one of the Millennium races that they do in Manchester. So hopefully I'll be able to do one this summer, or either the Elliott Signet 5K road race. So we'll have to see and wait and how my running do. The 2019 NCAA Men's Ice Hockey Northeast Regional games begin this evening at 6:30 p.m. at SNHU Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. The Boston Bruins played a game today, and the final score was Florida Panthers 4 and Boston Bruins 1. And the Celtics started a game not too long ago, around 6 p.m. And the current score right now is Boston Celtics 12 and Brooklyn Nets 5. Boston Celtics are winning right now. Go Boston Celtics. Hopefully they win tonight. And the Boston Red Sox, they play tonight at 9:10 p.m. at Seattle Mariners. Seattle Mariners. There we go. They play tonight at Seattle Mariners. And that does it for this edition of Sports with Riley King. I hope you all enjoyed this edition of Sports with Riley King. Have a wonderful night, everyone. I'll sit back here tomorrow night for another edition of Sports with Riley King. Good night, everyone. Bye. Okay, and there you go on sports. And switching gears now, let's go to your arts and entertainment. Let's take a look at your evening event calendar and see what type of events are happening this evening on the event calendar. UNH Dance Company concert at University of New Hampshire Johnson Theater at 7 o'clock p.m. happening right now. Line dance happening right now at the Old Town Hall in Bedford, New Hampshire. Legally Blonde, the musical junior, Gilbert H. Hood Middle School happening right now. Food Fight Market Basket Film Screening, Warner Town Hall, is happening right now. SNHSC presents Moments in Time, JFK Coliseum, is happening right now. Baz Blues Live, local cafe in Nelson Candy Store, is happening right now. Doubt by John Patrick Shernley, Keen Universalist Church is happening right now. Beer, Food, Hope, and Baseball Hatbox Theater is happening right now. And LunaFest Concord Academy Performing Arts Center is happening right now. And also, Barb Marley is at the Palace Theater, has a show that is happening, and then another one that happens at 9 p.m. Spring 2019 Restaurant Week, Portsmouth and the Seacoast is just around the corner. It started on Thursday and it runs through April 6th. We are so pleased to welcome you to the Spring 2019 Restaurant Week, Portsmouth and the Seacoast. More than 40 restaurants around the Seacoast in Portsmouth, Durham, Hampton, Newcastle, Rye, Exeter, and Kittery, Maine are inviting you to enjoy great meals, values during lunch and dinner over these 10 days. Let's take a look at the list of restaurants. And here's a look at some restaurants. These are a look at some restaurants. So go on and check out Restaurant Week along the Seacoast. Sounds like a fun event to check out. And that's it for this edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. I hope you all enjoyed this edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. See you back here tomorrow for another edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. Good night, everyone. Bye.